Hey dolls, welcome back to your Royal BFF, the People's Duchess. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend. I didn't want to do this episode. I'll be honest. I didn't want to do this. I don't want to be here. However, I feel like at this point Mr. Sarandos has brought the confrontation to the forefront and to our tables. So there's really no option but to discuss it, right? So, y'all know Ted Sarandos, head of Netflix. Him and his beautiful, vivacious, gorgeous, melanated wife are good friends of the Sussexes and famously have a very good working relationship with them, as the Sussexes have so many productions with Netflix. But personally speaking, this whole thing with the Michael Jackson biopic coming out, doing the numbers that it has done, and then Netflix following that up with, oh, yeah, we're going to put out this documentary about Michael Jackson's trial. Why would you do that? Why would you do that, Ted? I don't understand why, after almost 20 years of this man being in the ground, you would now want to dredge up old charges that he was completely acquitted of. Like, that man was found innocent by a jury of his peers, and a judge didn't reverse that decision. He also upheld it. So, what then are you doing? Like, really? And the timing could not be more suspicious. Everybody is wondering why now. And I get it. It's not that the movie itself was developed yesterday and put out today, but why now are you releasing it? Why couldn't you shelf the release until another year or just scrap it all together because it's nonsense? And we know so much more now than we knew at the time of the trial. For example, we know how the parents lied because they told us that they lied. One father took himself out of the equation because he couldn't handle the weight of what he had done. There's so many of those kids that told us that they were coached by their parents or whomever to say what they said. Many of those kids recanted. Many of the parents came out and said why they did what they did. It was financially motivated. That's why the trial fell apart. That's why the witness testimonies fell apart. That's why there was nothing else to convict him on, because without those witnesses saying what they said, there was no evidence whatsoever. So why are you doing this now, Ted? The disrespectful nature of the documentary itself, the way that they phrase it and frame it, it's like, could he be guilty? Did we get it wrong? Like, bitch, what is wrong with you? Why now are you releasing this documentary about that trial? It's so offensive. I cannot tell you how offended I am at this. Um, Look, I don't know about you, but I have spent the last several weeks randomly bursting into tears anytime I watch something on social media about this Michael Jackson biopic, or like see any clips of like the people going to the movie theater in Michael clothes and doing the dances and all of the very creative ways that people are honoring him and having a good time going to see this movie. And I'll be jamming out right along with them. But then the reality of everything and the weight of it all hits. And then I get very emotional. In 2009, when I found out that he had passed away, I spent days crying. I couldn't even believe it at first. When my sister told me that he had passed away, I rushed home, and sure enough, Keith Olbermann was up there with his sleeves rolled up, his tie undone. He didn't have to say anything. Like, I knew, because if you remember Keith Olbermann, you know he's like meticulous as far as his appearance is concerned. So once I saw him disheveled like that, I was like, oh snap, it's true. And I remember I had a 6 CD changer player in my car. I loaded all of it up with Michael and did not stop playing Michael until I sold that car like 4 years later. I've never cried over a celebrity. I've never, ever, ever. In fact, I've talked extensively about how shallow and performative the idea of celebrity even is. But Michael, I had a very difficult time containing that. It was hard. It was really difficult. So, we're all just trying to get through the re-mourning phase that we're in right now. And here comes Netflix trying to tear this man down. I don't understand it. I guess I should have seen this coming because Netflix is a business. It's a corporation. They don't really pay attention to your individual needs. They just go by their bottom line, which is why I haven't had Netflix since like 2019 or whenever they told us that we could no longer share passwords with our family. That's when I dropped Netflix because screw you. Like, Who the hell do you think you're telling what to do? Like, if I purchase your product, I can share it with whomever I want. But Netflix said, no, you can't. So I was done with them at that time and I got a Roku and I've never looked back. But I should have known that they would do something to capitalize off of Michael Jackson's success in this biopic. I didn't expect, I don't think anyone expected that they would go this route. This is the haterist route you could possibly take. Ted and Netflix are giving Bitter Baby Daddy. Why are you mad? What are you really mad about? What's really going on? All I can really think of is like how Emma Grede had Bethany Frankel on her podcast recently. My jaw dropped. I could not believe that she would have her, not just because I thought Emma and Megan were cool and that you wouldn't really do that to a friend, but also because Bethany is not like a successful person. She's been sued a billion times over the carcinogens in her products, and she just isn't like reputable as as like a human being in general, but like as a businesswoman, nobody like looks up to her. She's not like respected. So I don't even understand the financial motivation, like the bottom line motivation that Emma would have had to bring her on Aspire. Like, where's the logic? And I've spent a lot of time giving Emma her flowers, but I fear those flowers have wilted. No flowers for you, babes. This is horrifying. This is why they call it Holly Weird, because you have the weirdest people around you and it doesn't make any sense. Why would you even jeopardize your reputation by being seen with a Bethany Frankel? This just lowered your stock so bad. People just started getting to know you mainstream, and now you've lost a significant chunk of that support. At least from where I sit, I will never, you will never come across my desk again. And I'm not Chris Ship. I will literally never talk about you again. You're done. I just have to take all of that back because she has shown her true colors, and that's crazy to me. I can't even, still can't even really believe that, but I saw the podcast, so I know it's true, unfortunately. And now this whole kerfuffle with this Michael Jackson documentary means that I've also had to sadly drop Ted from the roster too, because he cannot be trusted. It really is the nail in the coffin for me. I ended the relationship with Netflix, but still thought, okay, it's a good thing that Meghan and Harry are working with them and they're getting their foot off in the production world through Netflix. It's great. As Ever launched in partnership with Netflix, it's all really great. But now I'm starting to see like, was there something behind the partnership ending on Meghan's side? I'm only now starting to see like the full scope of how smart it was to detach herself from Netflix being a backing partner in As Ever and having it owned 100% by her. Whenever you go into a partnership, you have to rely on the reputation of the partner, the brand reputation itself. So if there is controversy, you will then also suffer from that partnership being associated or affiliated. I think that she knew that there could be a scandal like this at any point. And the fact that she chose to own the business herself means that she will no longer be reliant on Netflix's reputation in her decision making process for her business. So that was really smart. And I'm only now starting to see like maybe she knew something. Maybe she knew that at some point the public opinion on Netflix might turn. And that was really intelligent of her to get her product out before it did turn and she was affected by it. She probably knows things that we don't. And yeah, we'll never actually know the fact of the matter because we're not privy to what was going on behind closed doors. But I, for one, hope that when their contracts are over, they can move forward because this is too much of an obstacle. It's too much of a distraction. This is obviously going to come down somehow on Harry and Meghan. Like the decisions that Ted Sarandos is making with Netflix is somehow going to be because of Harry and Meghan. We all know, we can all anticipate those headlines. So I feel like they should just disengage, but that's just my opinion. I don't really know the extent of their relationship, and obviously they shouldn't give up their livelihood, because of a Michael Jackson documentary. I am not by any means saying that, but my hope is that they do, in fact, disengage, because there's no going back from this. For me, anyways. Like, share, subscribe, hype the video, show some love, buy me a coffee if you are so inclined, and join the memberships. We have a lot of fun in members only. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday, guys. Please be safe out there. Be kind to yourselves. And until next time, bye for now.